and you did some pretty amazing lap times, a couple of 47s there. So it looks like you've really got the car hooked up this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, since from the beginning of the week that we are feeling pretty good with the car, all three of us, and whatever the condition, dry, wet, it was good. And yeah, I mean, finally was no traffic on track, so you can really manage to push. The car was very good for me. Only the last lap starting to get some oversteer, so I knew for Alan would be a bit more difficult, because the tires dropped a little bit. But at the end, it's important for us. It's 1 point for the championship. It's not very important for 6 hours race, but it's still 1 point, and it's very good for Audi. Being first and second here again. It's important for the World Constructor Championship. So it's a pretty good day now. We have to work on for the race tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Alan, just tell us about your laps and also what it means, because points are going to be crucial, aren't they, over the remainder of the season?
Yeah, for sure. I think in terms of the actual run, it was basically pretty good, as Loic said. I think it was also pretty windy, which was blowing the car around a little bit, especially through the higher speed section, like turn 5 and 6 and 7 through there. But overall, car balance didn't change a heck of a lot from this morning. And so I was quite pleased with that, with the temperature building up. And like I said, I had a reasonably clean run at it, and it was enough. In terms of what does it mean, I think it's more significant in the fact that we're there and we're attacking and we're going after it, as opposed to defending our points lead. I think that's more the principle, as opposed to necessarily the 1 point. Because for me, we certainly attacked the races up till now, and I thought we were in a very good position to do the same in Brazil, but unfortunately, you know what happened. And so that was a little bit frustrating. So it was, we came here with the clear objective to try and make amends for that, and this is part of the way to it.
Do you feel you do have an edge on the sister car so far?
I think we had an edge in Brazil as well, and just around here, as I said in most sessions, we've just got a little bit of somewhere, not in all sectors of the track, but overall we do have. You see if that plays out tomorrow, because nobody's really done a lot of running. We had a test day and we had a little bit this morning, but when you've got 3 drivers, that does restrict you. And so therefore, I think tomorrow there'll be a little bit of guesswork going on in terms of what the track conditions are going to be like. But I have to say, Audi Sport are pretty good at guessing these things.
Okay, and on to NMP2 from G-Drive, Delta, ADR, John Martin and Mike Conway. I'll start with you, John. You're in the car first. You laid down a pretty good first lap, then you had something obviously went a bit wrong in the second lap, so you went again and did another quick lap. Can you tell us what happened in that middle lap?
Yeah, basically it was just wrecked from the start. Locked the rears into turn 1 and slid wide. So the car had quite good grip on the new tyre, and then towards the end of the lap, it was sort of going away, certainly in the rear. So tried to push on again, but just decided it was all over, so shut it down on lap 2 and then pushed again lap 3, and the car was still good. So pretty happy really with the whole weekend so far. I think we've been fastest in every session we've been out in, so it's the team's done an amazing job. And hopefully we can carry on from Brazil.
Mike, it looks like, as John was saying, it looks like Delta ADR have really got the car hooked up here. Do you feel you've got a similar advantage to you had at Sao Paulo, or perhaps even bigger here?
It seems a little bit bigger here, but the race can be different. We've had a strong, consistent car all weekend since we rolled out, not really made too many changes, so I'm really happy with it so far. But you see, as always, the Oaks can be very strong, and the Picom car seems to be very good in its tyres as well, so we'll see how it unfolds, but I think we're pretty happy with the laps we've done. And great job to everybody in the team this weekend so far. On a good job, and just got to keep it going for tomorrow.
Obviously, you scored your first win of the year at Sao Paulo. Since then, you've had a bit of bad news with the FIA Court of International Court of Appeal's decision on the 3rd place at Le Mans. Does that sort of give you any extra impetus to really have a go and get another victory, and really to sort of throw your hat into the ring for the fight for the championship?
Yeah, well, I think it's still mathematically possible to win the championship, but we have to win every race, so that's what we're going to be trying to do. Obviously, we're not going to be doing anything crazy to any silly moves out on the track. We'll still keep it as we always have. But yeah, results really count. We really got to maximise everything. So yeah, so far so good. Just got to keep pushing.
Okay, moving to the back row, and Aston Martin Racing are now GTE Pro pole winners, Frederik Magnebecki and Bruno Senna. Fred, you were in the car first, looked pretty good. You had it at the front. Do you feel that the Aston is the car to have here in Austin?
Yeah, it shows that.
Oh, sorry, you don't know.
It shows that since the beginning of the year, the Aston is really competitive. It's great to start on the front and from the pole. The beginning of the session was not so easy because the level of grip of the track was really tricky, and the car was a little bit tricky to drive, but it's really great to start on the front, and we worked very well since the beginning of the week, and I think so we have a really competitive car. Now we will try to have our first win with Bruno, because we did the 3 poles in the beginning of the season, but unfortunately we didn't win yet. That's why it's a goal.
Bruno, you had a bit of a battle, if we can call it that, a battle on the timing screens with your teammate Richie Stanaway. So you had to go again. So after your 2 laps, you had to go again to sort of to sneak back onto the pole. Was that a sort of a big push from you to pull it out and just get the pole back?
Yeah, for sure. I think in the morning I made a small mistake following another car, and I damaged the car. So we didn't even put new tires in the morning. We only had a lap on no tires, so it was really detrimental to Fred didn't even get in the car. So for sure it was a great job that Fred did on his run to put the car where he would. And the plan was always to give the car a few laps to get the tires working. We were struggling to get the tires working a little bit now in qualifying, and we fought the slow puncture the whole way in the front left. So we had a we had a slow puncture the whole qualifying of the front left tire. So it didn't work very well for us. But fortunately, you know, the average times were really good between me and Fred, and we managed to put the car where it is. It was quite tricky conditions. The track has definitely changed a lot from Thursday and then from the morning, and for tomorrow for sure we're going to have to do some work to make sure that the car is on the best shape possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to stay on the back row because we have a little bit of a microphone issue. GTE and pole winner from 8-Star Motorsports, Rui Aguas. Your teammate Matteo Manicelli isn't here because he's doing the AMS race, which starts shortly. But again, a great battle for you with the Danish Aston, and you had to go again to sort of lower your average just to leapfrog it. Tell us what was going through your mind at the time.
It was a bit of a rush on the last 2 laps actually from the beginning, because I thought I only had 3 laps to do. Then I had Giancarlo Fisichella coming over, so I lose another lap, let him by, and luckily I passed just before the flag, 20 seconds to go or something like that. So I managed to do another lap, and that was enough, luckily, to beat on pole, which is nice after losing the pole position already so close on the last couple of races, and finally it's our turn.
Obviously, you had a victory at Spa. Do you feel you're in good shape here with your new teammate?
Yeah, Matteo did a very good job for us in Spa. I hope we can achieve that again. The racetrack is really nice, big. I like it a lot, and I hope also Enzo can do a very good job as a completely armed team.
Okay, now on to our privateer NMP1 pole winners from Rebellion Racing, Nick Heifeld and Matthias Besch. Nick, I always struggle to ask what to ask you here, because obviously you're in a one car class. Again, obviously the factory cars are out of reach for you here, as at Sao Paulo. Do you feel that is the case?
Yeah, of course. A lot quicker. In Brazil we managed to get 3rd place, but just because we were lucky. But still, we try to do the best we can for ourselves. We try to learn. We enjoy going quick, and even though it's easy for us to be the quickest LMP1, as we are the only one, we had quite a difficult weekend. To be honest, this morning I didn't do a single timed lap. In quali we had some issues, we had to switch off TC, so we have some things we know that we can and have to improve for the future, so we always try to learn.
Matthias, just tell us what you think of the track, because obviously I went out and watched this morning and went up the tower, and it just looks like a great track. For you as a driver, was it a real challenge and a place you relish driving at?
Yeah, the track is great. Honestly, we are really enjoying being here. It's really fast, especially the first sector. So it's the one I like the most, and it's quite cool to drive a P1 right there. And we're enjoying. As Nick said, we try to work for the future. We had quite a difficult qualifying, and we will see tomorrow how is the race, and we'll try to give our best, even if we don't have real competitors to fight with.
Okay, there is a roving microphone, so if we do have any questions from the floor. I'm going to take that as a no, so thank you very much, and a round of applause for our podium. Thank you.